Mm, 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 mm. Hey, Mr.
Hey,
Wamble,
yes,
how are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing as well as I can on this not Monday or Wednesday.
Which means that it's a Tuesday, and I think it's a very special Tuesday as well.
It is, yes, yes.
So, but you know what? We'll chit chat about all of that when we come back. I don't know why. Who's texting me? Y'all must know we live and we're ready. It's time to talk because it's Tuesday. Oh my goodness. Good evening. Good evening. I'm excited. Here we are. Oh my
Yes,
gosh. Oh my
it
gosh.
is. Yeah, it
Mhm.
is. It's the week we've all been waiting for, right? It's that magical week.
Yeah, and it's a special election thing, but we want to let you guys know
Oh, there's the election too.
that there's
Oh, you talking
another
about
thing.
that? You talking about that thing? I'm talking about 11/11.
Okay. Well,
Because I'm gonna wish there's
Interludes,
enough seats for me.
before we jump into it, Interludes is streaming every Tuesday on our YouTube channel, Facebook private group, and our private fan base. LinkedIn under Pure Lighthouse Media, and then we're also available on Pod TV Roku channel. If you would like to become a sponsor on our
And you would.
platform, please book time with us at linktr.ee/pure light media. And we're excited on our audio side. We are celebrating over 100 episodes. Woohoo! Woo! Yeah. Okay, I've done my spiel, so we're good. Here's the question, Michael.
Yeah,
Did you go vote?
I did. I
Mm,
voted. I voted. Yes, absolutely. And I did not
okay.
do it today. Today was the last day to vote, and we got to get in the habit of that. Everybody out here,
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
the official or old, formerly official election day, that Tuesday, that day that we're not even given, a day off of work or set aside, or it's not even a holiday like it is in other countries. That's the last day that you can officially vote. But there's early voting in just about every state in the union, and you can go pretty easily, get in, get out, and then you can drive past on Tuesday like I did today, and like looked at those lines and like, mm, mm,
I
man, why
know,
y'all
I
wait till
know,
today?
I
Look at that.
know,
Look
and
at that
I'm
wrap around. Okay, good for you.
so I'm
Yeah.
very happy. I'm very happy. You see my little picture. I was over by Olive
You
Harvey
voted.
and I did my voting. Let us know in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, if you voted. But we have our folks. The Bud is here. Thank you
Yeah,
so
and if
very
you in
much, Jay
Georgia, did you vote
Wise.
twice? We'll get to
Did
that
you?
soon. Because I need like 2 or 3 votes for y'all
And
folks in Georgia. Y'all just
and,
need to
and
be sitting there still voting right now. I know the polls closed, but you know what? Please just keep going. Keep
just
going.
keep going. So there you go. So
Woo!
Mr. Springer said he voted. Hey, what's up, Ferdy? And then Mr. Springer also confirmed he said yes, he voted this morning. And of course, Wise said he went ahead and voted as well. So I I was very happy. I had my little headphones on. I blocked off everybody and was like, yes, I was very happy. I voted. I voted. Yes, I
Yeah.
did. So this is not a political show. And we're gonna ask you to stay locked in
Is
because
it? Is it or is it not? Because you know what, I can't influence anybody now anymore. So I feel like I can speak a bit more freely. I'm not. If you didn't vote already, then unless you are, I don't know. Every place is just about closed. Look, you should have voted. Lots of people like fought and died for your right to vote. So you really need to go out there and vote. I'm not telling you what candidate to vote for, which candidate not to vote for, the Republicans. So look, I didn't
Wait a
say
minute.
anything other than, the truth. Because look, it's not just, look, I understand things
Mhm.
are more, they cost more, there's inflation, there's lots of things going on. But if we don't have a democracy, then we can't express ourselves through this. And that's kind of on the ballot this year. You see, it's on the ballot right now, and in the next 2 years, it'll be back. So we went about 200 years with a democracy. It's not perfect, but it's better than out there. Um, it's better than the alternatives, really.
Right.
Seriously.
So
So let's
voting
keep it that way. Everybody has free speech. Val the Voice gets to say what she wants to say, and then people on the opposite side, if there is opposite side, they get to say what they want to say freely in a free country. So
Right. So I got on earlier and spoke to the audience, Michael, and just kind of pleaded with everyone to go and vote. I was going back and forth with my cousin out in California. A shout out to Cali. I know you're the
in
polls are
LA,
still open in
your
LA.
cousin in
Yeah,
LA.
he's just outside of LA. So we were going back and forth. But he said if you vote without knowing who you're voting for, it's like playing Russian roulette. And I said, I am always a little nervous when using the word Russian.
One of the major parties isn't as nervous about that like they used to be, boy. Wow. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But what I really, but here's the thing,
Whew.
Michael. There are a lot of I want to say states that a lot of folks are watching, including
Mhm.
ours, and the House of Representatives, as well as the Senate, as well as some key gubernatorial races. A lot of us are watching, and so it's just the balance of power. What's going to happen? What's going to shift? And my thing is that's on the bigger scale, but everyone needed to just go and vote because on the local level it's the judiciary, it's the judges, it's the
Sure.
aldermen, huh?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, everyone
Absolutely.
at
It's
the
the
local
Secretary of
level,
State. It's the people that
secretary of state.
actually count the votes.
Hmm.
You want them to be people who are ethical, no matter what party they may represent or have after
Exactly.
their name, whatever letter comes after. You want there to be ethical people. Last time we had ethical people, by and large, in Georgia. That might change in the future. So that's why we really needed
Yeah.
people to come out there and vote in different parts of the country. Now, where you and I are, Val,
Mhm.
it's not as though our votes are meaningless, because they're not. They're very important,
Mhm.
but there's a lot of the same votes. There's a lot of the same votes in Illinois, around the Chicago area. You may have heard of this over the last, like, I don't know, 80 years. So, yeah, it's still pumping out the same thing. We're still keeping farmers out of the governor's seat because they don't belong there.
Mhm.
So that's already decided. It's the places like North Carolina, Georgia. Those are the places that we're
Georgia.
looking at. Arizona, Nevada. Woo!
Georgia. I'm sorry.
Changing the whole country.
I'm sorry. I was looking at Georgia. Go Stacy. I'm sorry. So I'm just
I feel so terrible, because I feel like I feel like she got, they gassed her head up a little bit too much to run again. I think I can say it now because the votes are all in. I really like the fact that she almost won last time, and she had that very strong moral standing, and she kind of rallied her party to get
Mhm.
out great candidates and moved on. I didn't really want her to run this second time, and I think at the end of the night, she's gonna feel like that was not a good idea either. So, and
Well,
I feel
what
real bad about that one. I feel really bad that,
I I I think she's gonna be fine. I think everything's gonna be fine. It
I
just
mean, financially, she'll be fine. She's still writing books and doing really well, and she'll have speaking engagements. But I don't think she's gonna spend much time in the governor's mansion in Georgia. I
oh
think she'll
my
be
gosh.
driving by like I would. So I don't.
Okay, well,
Feel
somebody's
bad on
checking in.
that one.
Rich Toys Box said, "Yes, sir." Checking in from Atlanta.
Oh,
Continue-
ATL, Fulton County, please get them votes in. Woo, please, please, please. I hope that the line around there is just as long as the line around the rallies and
Mhm.
heading toward the door to
And
see my
and I
man
don't and I don't
D'Angelo.
know what's happening. I guess Kevin, you can let me know about Brooklyn. What's happening there in New York? Um,
Oh yeah, Val, what happened? You left New York and New York starts going nuts. What's going on? The last time I checked, New York was so reliably Democrat. They had a blind man as governor
you know
of
what?
a couple decades ago. Remember that blind brother when they had Ray Charles as
I
governor of New
remember
York?
him.
Y'all
I
remember that? Because I
I
remember
remember
it.
him.
That brother
Okay.
he would go in there. He'd look for the cameras, couldn't
Oh
find them.
my
He found the
gosh. You
microphone. It was like,
the shade of it
man,
all.
Jamie Foxx is governor of New
I
York.
need you to walk
How did
this
that
back. I
happen?
need you to walk this back. Oh my
How did
gosh.
that happen? But now you get this person that comes in after nipple pierces and she can't hold it. She's barely trying to hold on. What's
Who's that?
going on?
Who's that?
Oh, Governor Cuomo. You knew about Governor Cuomo, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
With the tight shirts and you could see the imprint of his piercing through
Well, he was
his shirts. It
possibly
was
flirting.
distracting to
I
me.
don't know what he was doing. We're gonna move on.
It was
Now,
distracting. I mean, it's just like, yeah, we really got these, weekly alerts. It's
okay.
like,
So
dude, can't
what
you just take them out?
okay,
Please,
somebody rescue me
please.
from this conversation. Okay, here we go. I'm going to talk about what I did this evening because I see Michael is already
Speaking of
ahead of me right now.
comedy, yeah,
Speaking of
what did you
comedy, there
do?
you go. Oh my gosh.
Transition,
Ooh,
always
such a
smooth.
hard transition. Here we
Oh
go.
no, it was a
So,
smooth transition.
I
Mine was
don't there was
Cuomo's
nothing smooth
nipples. Those
about
are
what
hard.
just happened. There's nothing smooth about what just happened. I know you guys are cracking up in the audience here. So, riddles is something both myself and Mr. Wamble did back in July. So, this is my shot. Very happy, took a picture, but then
Y'all smiley,
we decided to
smiling.
do an open mic over the weekend here in Chicago
Afro
in the Beverly
Joe.
area at a wonderful black-owned restaurant called Afro Joe's. And it
All
was
right,
open
all
mic
right.
night. It was beautiful. So of course, I got to the mic, got to the stage, but and did about 5 minutes. But I was, just before they dimmed the lights, Michael. So I really couldn't see. I'm glad I didn't have to look at my hand and try to
You see
remember
that
my
scarf
jokes.
though,
I have
like
the
my
scarf.
hat.
That's right.
Hey, I got no problem with that. We represent in blue and orange for sure. It's gonna be blue and orange all night. I have a feeling. I got a feeling. Yeah. Oh, definitely, definitely.
So definitely. Oh, and thank you so much, Kevin. Kevin is letting us know about Kathy and then Lee. So they're running, and you guys
Oh, I
things
know.
close. So things close for you
Oh,
all.
I
I
know
think at
Lee.
8 o'clock. So I'll be
Lee was up
watching.
there with the Gen 6 people.
Oh, Lord. You
I
know what?
can't believe y'all gonna let that
Okay.
happen, New York. New
We're
York,
gonna
come
go.
on now.
We're gonna go back to Georgia.
Is that because you got you got three decent football teams, so now you losing your mind?
Oh my
You
God,
didn't go out to vote. Too busy tailgating. Goodness. I got to
guys.
tell you about that later. They got three decent football teams, and they probably losing their minds in New York. Just don't know what to do. Goodness.
You know that's my second home. I need you to back up off of that. We're gonna go to Georgia. And what we're gonna find in Georgia is an actor. He is the nephew of our coach, Coach Tony here,
Esteemed.
and we're gonna go ahead. You want to go ahead and introduce him, Michael?
I could, so I would like to do that. Sure. We're bringing
Mhm.
on a young man who is making his name in the acting game as well as entertainment, just all around. Just the talent that you're gonna see come through your screen. It's gonna be blinding. You might have to get some glasses just to take it all in. We're gonna welcome in as a special guest tonight, Demetrius Jarman. Yes.
Yay!
Look at that headshot. My goodness, that is like every 90s video I've ever seen. This boy, he's about to break somebody's heart. Drew Hill is
Uh-oh.
coming after you, man. Look at that headshot. It's like somebody sleeping in
Whoa,
my.
whoa, whoa! Wait a minute now. Why
Woo,
we
that was
wait? What?
cold, boy. That
Demetrius,
headshot, man.
I,
How you do that? How you make a headshot like that? You
Hey,
just look good and the camera just captures it.
I,
It is like make love to the camera and you just go click and it's done, right?
that's
Tell us as mere human beings how does it come to be that you are here? You're in all of these wonderful movies. You got the gorgeous IMDb page, and then I hear that you were in one of the biggest movies of all time. So I just tease. We got to get to that, man. So, sir, welcome. Tell us about a little bit about yourself.
okay. Well, I'm Demetrius Jarman, Tony Thompson's
Humble,
uncle.
yeah, humble.
And,
Right.
I am an actor. I'm a musician as well, and I do voiceover as well. So I came to Georgia with a lot of talent, and I'm just now really getting to show the world how I can do it.
oh,
Okay.
really quickly, since
A lot of talent.
we were talking a little politics. Did you vote?
I did. I went
All
on
right.
some of my actor friends out there too.
All right. So there were other people voting. It wasn't just you.
No, it's me. I went out there with 3 other people, and then they brought.
And they bought people and so on and so on and so
Yeah.
on and like astronomical. All right. Okay. So I mean, so we gonna be okay.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna be okay. You know, just like I tell other people, just stay prayed up, keep moving. That's all.
I mean, I'm hoping I hope we so prayed up that we gonna send a pastor back to DC out of Georgia. You know, I'm gonna stay that prayed up, right?
My hands is up in the air.
Demetrius, you have some of your relatives here. We got Rich Toy Boy saying proud of you, cuz.
Hey, yeah,
Yeah.
one of my greatest mentors was right there. He been with me from the beginning. So him and Tony, they really been rocking with me since I was really young. So I'm thankful to have them.
And what
How
made
young?
you
How young? When did you start?
when did you start
When did you
acting?
enter acting?
Okay, I started doing music around the age of 13, and then when I came to Georgia in 2013, that's when I first got a small role in the Alvin and the Chipmunk film Shipwreck. And
Oh.
as I worked my way through doing background, I started meeting other people that led me to my acting coaches. And then once I started taking acting classes, the coaches, they started seeing real good progress in me, and they started sending me to the casting directors. And then, I worked my way up dealing through the casting directors, and then I was able to audition for some of the big roles in some of the films. Of course, I haven't really had my breakout role just yet, but I'm still working on it. It's progress.
Yeah, and you just before our show, you were saying that you were taking a little break from acting because there's an addition to your family.
Yes, ma'am. I just had a son, and I'm learning how to be a parent.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's from one parent, another, father to another. Here we go. He's just walking into the fatherhood. What advice would you like to give him, Mr. Wamble?
Oh, it was just not nonstop worry. That's all.
Oh,
Just nonstop worry. There's money involved too, but there's just really nonstop worry. My daughter and who I love, my heart, she just got involved in gymnastics, and as she describes it, she goes to gymnastics practice, and they throw her up in the air and they catch her, and I'm just like, just tell me when it's over.
oh,
Just tell me after they caught you and everything is good. I just don't need to know how many times you go up and somebody some child or teen has to catch. I mean,
you gotta have the faith. That's all.
yeah, no, definitely. Faith is very important. I don't discount faith at all, but like I said, constant worry and money, basically. It's 24/7. No matter how you do it, no matter where you are, as long as you know they're around, it's 24/7 worry. When you wake up, it's like, is everybody okay? Is everything good? That's like one of the first things you think to yourself. So I certainly congratulate you on that. We did a little tease in the very beginning because this week, 11/11, I made my wish and my wish came true. There was a sequel, Forever
That's
coming
right.
out on there. And then as Val the Voice was talking to you, you were in Black Panther?
Yes, I was.
Okay. I
And
mean,
the very first one,
kind of casually
yeah, what
weren't you? Like, no, I was not in Black Panther. Val was not in Black Panther, but you were. Can you tell us about that experience?
It was a real magical thing, you know what I'm saying? The set, it was really cold outside, I can't say. So like when you look at the movie and like you see the little the uniform things we had on, it was pretty cold out there. So it was like we had those little things on, and man,
where were you?
We were here in Georgia.
So it gets cold in Georgia for those folks that haven't visited the Peach State. It does get cold there, right?
Well, it was cold to us.
It was cold to you, all right? Because y'all had no clothes on. It's cold. Yeah, all right, I get that.
And we have more relatives congratulating you, Demetrius. Demetrius, I checked out your Instagram, and some of the reels that you have done are just hilarious. Have you found that getting roles for what you've been doing, did your reels or things that you've placed on either TikTok or other places online, has that been like the calling card for you to do some of the roles that you've done?
It has been for some of the independent roles. Some of the larger roles that I did previous to getting on doing the reels and getting on TikTok. Like I said, I was learning how to parent. So like, so when God blessed me to be able to get a part of the Black Panther, part of the Barbershop 3, I was on the originals. We did a film with Our Prophet, which is a nominee, a Grammy nominee. So I had a lead role with that. So all of that was done previous to me starting to do reels. And then once I did start to do reels, other doors did open up. And there was a young lady who reached out to me, and she did say that Tyler Perry did see some of my reels. And so that's a good look for me. And then, like I said, I'm right here in Atlanta, and we call it ATL Wood. Some people call it Black Hollywood.
I like that.
They call it ATL Wood.
ATL Wood. Okay.
So
because it is, isn't it?
It is. Yes. It's shooting films.
And Kevin's telling you, Demetrius, is that, yo, that's pretty dope. You were in Black Panther. That movie helped me get into film. So I know Kevin is a producer and filmmaker, I think in the South. And you're originally from Alabama. Is that correct, Demetrius?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Oh my gosh. He has such great, what do you call that? Manners. But what we're going to do real quick, because we're at the bottom of the hour, we want to do this real quick. It's Coach Tony and the nephew.
What's up? Hey, Mike told you earlier, Val, we paint the stage tonight blue and green, baby. We got that crush. He got the pro, and I got the Milan now, baby. It's college basketball time. You already know this.
ILL.
What's up, nephew?
Hey, how you doing?
Man, I'm good. Hey, Val, Mike, you guys don't know. My nephew's selling himself short. I know you asked him that good question about family and tradition and raising the kids and all that. But what he didn't tell, we got a big family. We come from 13 uncles and aunts. You know what I'm saying? We got a big family. And I want to say we just had our family reunion, and we had about 55, 60 at that. And if you go over down to the fourth cousin, we got 200-300. So, big family. And when it comes out to support, again, we had my cousin Derek on earlier this year, the Dr. Derek. who is now with Deion Sanders at Jackson State. So, you know, we do a lot of big things in the family down here, you know, ATL Wood.
Yeah, we up.
ATL,
That's amazing. Well, you know what? I definitely am grateful that Coach let us know that you're acting. And what are some of the things now that you'll be doing in any future projects you got going on?
Well, I do got some roles that I'm auditioning for. The director is kind of strict on me, like spilling like details about it before the film comes out. So it's just one day at a time for me as far as that goes. And then in the meantime, like I said, I do voiceover work. I did have a audition for some anime work. My fault.
Okay.
All right.
And I'm just waiting to hear back from that. And then I'm working on a new album. It's called Mindset 2. It's going to be called The Redemption because, like I said, I'm coming out of I'm shaking the dust off. So I'm still the way that I was before my son got here.
What's going on with
don't sleep on it, Mike. He didn't tell you guys that he actually dropped a track for a video game on EA Sports. Come on, man. Talk about that.
Yes, please.
Well, yeah, some of my work get featured in one of the video games. It was a short snippet, and that's the same snippet that I was telling you about that was also featured on the Originals TV show. So yeah, it's like I said, it's progress.
Well, definitely. I mean, here, what's going on? What's the thing with Atlanta? In the music, is it just in the air? Is it in the peaches? I mean, what is it? It seems like everything that comes out of Atlanta is hot in some way musically, you know.
Right, love and hip hop Atlanta, this Atlanta, that Atlanta, everything that's going on is some Atlanta.
I think
what's going on?
It's all through the DNA.
The DNA.
It's just there. I mean, you know,
it's Tyler Perry DNA. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah.
And you're getting family love. I'm assuming someone that knows you. Shout out.
What's up, Jay? What's up, GT? Yeah, what's good, baby? And Val, to let you guys know, just another edition of the family. Just had a big win last night. Not last night, but Saturday night. To my nephew, shot him out down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana State University. Knocked off Alabama. To my nephew, running back number 22, Armani Goodwin. Put your hands together. What we do?
Right.
It's all family, baby.
Every Alabama loss is a blessing. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
No love.
Throw them right up under the bus. And so
way under the bus. Yeah.
God is still blessing Gert's crew. I'm assuming that means
I want to know. We're gonna jump in this sports side house and see what my nephew got on his sports suit and say, but hey, Kevin, Dr. Springer, please tell the folks with the drum roll for promotional purposes only.
Here we
if
go.
You would have listened to me 2 weeks ago, did I tell him, Mr. Wamble? Did I tell him Philly over Padres, the Astros over the Yankees, and the Stros in 6 with Dusty Baker getting the ring? I told y'all.
Yeah, Dusty got his ring. I'm pleased about that. I'm glad he did it. Finally.
Hey, with no black athlete in the World Series, and they give a ring to the black coach. Come on, man, that's huge, Mike. You know that.
I gotta give baseball credit. You know, I mean, I can't give football any credit, so I gotta give baseball credit because football gets no creded. No credit at all. But let's give some love to Dusty Baker for sure. Let's not step on his moment. I mean blue and orange again, coach.
Blue and orange again. That orange crust, man.
It's just
that orange crust.
I should have known.
And Dimitri got that orange crust and that Auburn Tigers down there.
Oh
yeah. Soon to be home of one Deion Sanders. What?
What?
Man. That's what I heard. What?
Man. Prime time.
Prime time may be coming into the back to the Coach, it's so much to get into.
So let me go. So this week we talking about, as we did NBA preview, we big. I talked to Springer this week, dropped it out. Nephew, I want to hear your opinion. Jump in here as well tonight. We're talking about the NCAA breakdown tonight. Everybody, obviously, me and Mike talked a little bit about this a few weeks ago. University of North Carolina Tar Heels, #1 in the nation. I think they got it right. I think what Hubert Davis has got coming back in this year, he's huge. He's been on the recruiting trail. He's got a great core group led by Babcock, the 6'11", 7-foot center, who probably is going to be player of the year, Mike. You know that. But who scares me most important is Timmy came back to Gonzaga. So my thing is, you see right there, Gonzaga ranked #2 in the polls. And is this Mark Few's year to get Gonzaga over the hump? And if so, do they win a national championship? And if not, with all these teams moving around, the question I want to send to you, Wamble, is how many more years will Gonzaga stay a mid-major in the WAC, or will they, because of UCLA and USC going to the Big Ten, will Gonzaga step up and move into the Pac-12?
I think they got to. I mean, I think they really have to. I mean, that's a really good take, Coach. I mean, I think that they really need to do it, because I don't know if they're gonna. I don't know if that program is gonna keep being able to reload like that unless they get a spotlight like that. I mean, they've gone so far, with nobody really seeing them play for like a good half of the year, right? They seemingly, they had a thing where they snuck up on everybody because just the time, the time.
9 o'clock, 10 o'clock
right.
at night. The game's going,
games in the East. Nobody's watching Gonzaga.
Right.
Oh, they won again. But at some point, people are gonna want to see this team. So, you put them in Cali, you put them there, at least you start getting different, you start getting better competition. I would say you get better competition and you're getting better athletes. So yes, I absolutely believe that. Now, what I don't understand, Coach, because we talked about the changes in college, which Coach K, first year post Coach K, what's up with Coach C? Don't you think Coach C wants it this year? I mean, don't you think that Kentucky's a little bit embarrassed how they went out in the tournament last year? Don't you think them boys is a little bit hungry to come back? I mean, they only got every year they only have like 7, McDonald's All-Americans. Don't you think they want it? Because I do.
Yep, but I think that Dimitri being down there in Alabama, I think them boys will have something to say. I got a kid down there, Brandon Miller, freshman right now, coming out of Nashville, Tennessee, Antioch area. He's going to put up big numbers for Alabama and keep those guys close to the top. I like Kentucky. The problem is Kentucky, Mike, is you and I know Cal was already heading south with Kentucky by midseason. So they were already struggling by midseason.
Yeah, but that's why you should worry about them this year. That's why you should worry about them this year. Now, Coach, let me. I defer to you in Coach speak here, because I've heard from coaches that sometimes that not that they ever want to lose, but sometimes you get a squad so good they don't listen to you. They ain't paying attention to you no more. They think they just got it. All they gotta do is step on the court and it's a win.
Right.
Them boys coming back, I think they got something to prove. I mean, St. Peter's? Who? What?
Hey, that's why we love the mid-majors. Nephew, who you got this basketball? Let me hear from you. Let me see what your basketball now. I know you don't. I know you working and you grinding out there. When you sitting in Alabama, SEC country, you know you cuz Big Ten already. But who you thinking in this basketball arena? What you got?
Hey man, I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't have nobody in there because I've been dealing with music and acting. So that's
right.
I'm gonna have to agree with Demetrius. Right.
But Mike, I'm gonna tell you, I know that you talking about that, Mike, and I like Kentucky. I like that they coming back with Coach Cal. But the team that I'm gonna give you 2 teams you got to watch out. One, this is the first time the University of Houston been ranked this high since when, Mike? Since Olajuwon and Phi Slammer.
Jammer. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we got 1983 coming back here. Houston would be in the mix. I like them. But you talking about Kentucky. What about Kansas, who wins the national championship and slips all the way to number 5? Come on now. Come on. So you got to look at those guys. And then, as you mentioned, and Val may not know this because we always keep a Val in the mix. But what Michael talking about, Val, is John Schreier is a Chicago boy who went to Duke, and he's now replaced Coach K at Duke. So this will be his first full year, and he's going to get welcome to the party because he's in that same conference with North Carolina, baby.
It's going to be a rough year for them. It's going to be a rough year for Duke. I mean,
I think that the 2 possibles that I give you, and I have, because my fighting line, I dropped to 14. Kofi ended up going pro. They lose, obviously, the Demasu to the Bulls. They're rebuilding, but I think with losing Kofi and they're getting young, now they can run again. I think you're going to have flashbacks to back in the day when we were in school. You're going to have flashbacks to the final lineup. You're going to have these guys that can get up down the court. And I think the Big Ten still puts more team in postseason this year than any other. Now, I know that the NCAA, because unlike football, we already got 64 teams. And I think, Mike, the 2 best mid-majors that you're going to see possibly move to the Sweet 16 or the Elite 8 is Creighton or Dayton. And Dayton obviously got my guy, down at Dayton. And Dayton's playing some good ball coming out of A10. So I think you're going to see those guys make a deep run in the tournament this year.
Okay.
And when officially does the NCAA, when does that officially start for the college?
Well, we started. We started Wednesday night, Val. So the JUCOs, and obviously I'm the junior college side. So the JUCOs, we started this past Tuesday and Wednesday nights. We're 4 games deep. Had a game. I got Memphis tomorrow night at home against Southwest Community. And by the way, I want to shout out to my Volunteer State Community College girls. Big blowout last night by 22. Beat Gaston State at home. And we come back with a conference opener tomorrow night. And obviously locally as well, Tennessee State University had a big win last night over Fisk. The battle of the HBCUs on the boulevard here in Nashville was huge. Packed crowd. So, Val, you
mentioned Fisk, Coach.
Yeah, Fisk played Tennessee State last night at Tennessee State.
Just to rewind me, because I want people to kind of get there. And who's coaching Fisk?
Fisk is coached by none other than the great legend from New York, Mr. Kenny Anderson. Skip to Kenny Anderson. Let me drop you off a couple from Georgia Tech by way of New York City.
Yes, New York's own Kenny Anderson
New York's
is
coaching
Fisk.
Kenny Anderson. Val, you should know that, Val.
They made some news. I mean, they made some news within the last year because
they became the first HBCU with a gymnastics team at the small school level of anywhere in the United States. And so they bring in an Olympian to coach this brand new gymnastics team. So when we slip on the HBCUs, and I know we talk about Dion and Jackson State and what he's doing, I think the light that Dion has shed on the HBCU is giving power to schools like Tennessee State. Like we had Coach Ty Evans on a while back, talked about the opportunities and the needs that he needs in order to build a good program. And now we look at schools like Fisk, Georgia State, of the world, now getting that money and turn those programs around in sports that people never thought of. When you look at schools, and I know Val, you and I talked about a little bit of this offline. You look at the PWIs who have gymnastic programs. No one would ever think that the HBCUs never had gymnastics team. It's amazing.
Oh, and Kevin is shouting out Hampton U. Okay.
I see. Get Hampton on the board down there, baby. Them Pirates do their thing.
That's right. Go Pirates.
Go Pirates.
I spent a lot of time. I spent some time down there in Hampton. That's a beautiful area there.
I'm gonna put you on the spot now, Wamble. I know we early. And before I ask you, I think the top 5 HBCUs this year to watch is going to be Drake in our own backdoor, Val, right south or west of us in Iowa. I think Drake is going to have a great year. Towson State's going to have a good year down in Maryland. And Dimitri, in your backdoor, Georgia State, HBCU going to come up positive. Over in Virginia, I think Norfolk is going to do something brought in by Howard. I think those are your top 5 HBCU. But, Mike, I'm going to put you on the spot. Give me your Final Four this year.
Final Four, college?
Wow, Coach. It's November.
It's very early. Coach, it's too early for this conversation.
You know we're going to change it.
Final Four plays around my birthday every year, and that's after March. Wow.
Yeah, you know this going to change as the year go, but I want to hear right now.
I mentioned one of them. I think that, I think Calipari is that good of a coach, and he finally has the attention of these kids that he gets each and every year. I think that I don't think they're going to be stopped. I don't think a St. Peter's or whoever they get in the first round, that team's getting crushed, and they're going to just roll. They're going to start to roll through. I don't know if they're going to have a record where they're dominant throughout the year. They may not, because the SEC is deep and challenging. But I think once tournament time comes on, switch goes off and they're ready. They're ready to go. So that's one team, Kentucky. I think they're going to be there. Carolina will be there for sure. I mean, this is one of the few times that you have a number one. It's like, yeah, that's legit. Okay, so they'll be there. So those are 2. Can you throw that list back up there? The top 20, top 25 right now.
And then I would like for us to jump to Kyrie, so I'll bring it up.
We'll get that. Hey, when we do jump to Kyrie, I got the balance on that because I got a yang to his yang. So okay. So yeah, I would say, Coach, I think somebody's coming out of Big Ten for sure. God, I wish it's the Illini. I hope it's the Illini. Coach, do you think we finally have a coach in the Illini that can actually get them into the Final Four? It's been so long.
I think it's going to be hard. I think that you got 2 right. You got UNC.
I mean, if we don't have a coach that can get us in the Final Four, I feel like I'm tired of settling. Okay, I'm coming off of that Justin Fields.
You sound like a frustrated lover right now.
I don't want to settle. I don't want to
sound like a frustrated lover right now.
I don't want to get to
like he just got rejected last night,
every single year. And there are some programs that don't take that. If North Carolina got to the Sweet 16 every single year and lost, they would fire the coach and they would get a new coach who got them there. Anybody in the SEC would do that. Right. I want to see that in Illinois. I'm not okay with getting to the Sweet 16 or just making it to the tournament. I don't care anymore. I've seen this team get into the Elite 8 and Final Four, and that's what they deserve.
Did I hear number 3? Did I hear the third?
Sentimental. I hope it's the Illini. God, I hope it's the Illini.
And the fourth team is Mr. Wamble.
14. It's so early. It could be the wildest of wild cards. One year was like George Mason. Who predicted that? That would have been insane to do that. I don't know. I got 3. I gave you 3.
Okay, so you've got 3. All right, and then Rich Toy Boy.
Yeah, like Rich, cousin Rich, Alabama good. Yeah.
He says Kentucky basketball has always been good, but he'd love to see Alabama win. And then he also said here,
I wouldn't want
Georgia, Kentucky, Duke, Arkansas. Those are the teams. That's what he.
No, that's too much SEC.
That's too much SEC, Mike. And I love cousin Rich, but I'm with you, Mike. Too much SEC. I'm gonna give it to you.
The tournaments. They're not gonna put them. Some of those teams are just smacked in the same bracket, and they're going to cancel each other out.
Exactly. The 2 teams that's coming out the SEC, obviously, is going to be Kentucky, Tennessee, obviously. I'm telling you that hands down.
So, Coach, Val wants to talk about Kyrie.
Let's talk about this, gentlemen. Now, if you make it through the NCAA and you make it to the NBA,
Right.
and you're playing for Brooklyn. And Kevin, I need you to speak on this because that's in your neck of the woods in Brooklyn. This poor child is tweeting and doing things goofy. What
He
is
went
his
to
career going to
Duke.
be looking like?
Zero.
He went to Duke.
He went to
Zero.
Duke?
Yes.
Yeah, he went to Duke, Val.
Well, I bet he wasn't saying anything anti-Semitic in Duke. This child
No.
got
I
to
bet he wasn't
Brooklyn.
going to class either.
Oh
'Cause,
my
I
Yeah,
mean,
he wasn't
come
going
on.
to,
He walk around the earth is flat.
Yeah.
exactly. He didn't, you know, Mike, he didn't even make it a full season over there. Now, Dimitri,
Flat
I don't know
earther.
if you know this, nephew, but Kyrie
Anti-vaxxer,
Irving
flat earther,
got a
anti-Semitic.
chance to get on national TV talking about some anti-Semitic things about, you know, kind of, well, basically, because you're in the music side, right? So you know what Kanye West said, correct?
Yeah.
Goodness.
Okay. So he basically came
Ain't that your
on the
family?
same
Come
side
on,
with
man.
Kanye West, but he basically said it out in the NBA where Kanye West basically was talking about everybody in the music industry are Jews and they own all this stuff and we can't do X, Y, and Z. Kyrie basically said the same thing for the NBA. So you already had your opinion on Kanye. So having now knowing what Kyrie Irving said with the NBA in that box, what you think about that?
I just think it's gonna blow up eventually, man. I honestly just don't know. I just sit back and watch when things like this happen.
5 game suspension, and that was taking it nice. That was being quite nice.
5-game suspension. Hold on, 5-game suspension. He lost his Nike contract. Lost his Nike contract. 5-game suspension, and then you know Kevin Durant tried to protect him, but then his boy said behind the scene, "Look, dog, are you sure you want to get involved with this?" And Kevin said, "Let me think."
Because Kevin don't
do that. So go on TV tomorrow, retract that, and apologize. And Durant said, "What, Mike? Hey, listen. Yesterday I was going to talk about Kyrie's situation, and I went home and I thought about it. It has nothing to do with me, because he knew that if Nike just dropped Kyrie, and you're on the same squad, and they the second largest apparel footwear company in the world, because Adidas is number one because of soccer. So when you got something like that, I think that here's Kyrie's problem, Mike.
Kanye.
Exactly. Here's a problem that I got with Kyrie's situation. And you, me, and Valarie talked about this almost 7 to 8 months ago. When you tell your employer that I'm not coming to work, right? Because remember last year, Val, I said about you coming in and losing, you work one day, take off 1 week, and I got to write that check. So you basically told your employer, I know we got 82 games, but I'm only going to play 40. But I want my check for the other 40 that you're going to pay me. And oh, by the way, if I don't feel good on part of them 40, I ain't coming in. Oh, but I still need that check.
Well, Coach Tony, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Val.
Demetrius, as an actor, if you decide not to come into work, do you get paid?
Right.
I just wanted to make that point. That's all. Go ahead, Michael. I'm sorry.
You mean Demetri, you mean Tyler Perry ain't gonna cut you that check if you don't show up on the set?
You might not. You know they got strict rules and stipulations when you sign that contract.
Right. Contract. Magic word.
I mean, a different Tony, Tony Kornheiser called it with Kyrie.
Yes,
it's the same way we did, because he went way back to when he was talking about like the Earth is flat.
Correct.
So anybody that walks around and tells you that the Earth is flat, and then starts to tell you like vaccines don't work.
Right.
I mean, is anybody surprised that they're gonna be anti-Semitic and start telling you to question the Holocaust? They question everything. They ain't accepting nothing. Only thing I think of Kyrie Irving ever accepted in his life was his check.
Right. That Demetri, you should have grabbed the camera during the COVID, and you could have made your own version of The Walking Dead with COVID. You could have been director, because they were definitely falling out. I don't
Wait,
know
wait,
what
let,
kind of
wait,
Can
Dimitri,
I mention one thing? Can I mention one thing? Because we did mention Kyrie, and I think it's fair to call him out because he's an idiot. But one thing I do want to mention, because they're not really doing this when in sports. We ripping on Kyrie, and we should be ripping on Kyrie.
Kevin said almost did
We
that.
should be ripping on Kyrie, but here's the problem. Here's the thing. What about Brett Favre?
Oh,
You know
What
something?
about Brett Favre? He's still scamming people. They got more skin. How you gonna rub something on your skin and it's gonna cure a concussion?
But Mike, you don't get it. This
How
goes
you
back to
gonna
what
do
me and you
that?
were talking about.
And he's taking
Every
money from Mississippi.
yeah, but only thing about it,
Mississippi, rubbing stuff on your skin, and NFL is backing this. NFL's like, we don't know what he's talking about.
correct. But again, you can't throw Brett Favre under the bus. You know why?
Oh
Because
no, why?
one of our brothers always go do something dumb that overshadows that. So Brett Favre, he got slide under the radar.
You know what? I gotta say, I 2 wrongs means 2 wrongs. Kyrie Irving is dumb and stupid, and the earth is not flat. However, on the other side, Brett Favre stole real money. Okay,
yeah.
Kyrie Irving is positing stupid thoughts.
Hey, I don't know.
Real money that goes to poor people or would have gone to poor people, and he took it.
Yeah, he took it.
Didn't he get enough money from them rap commercials he was making with the gloves,
with the knee brace, him and Jerry Rice.
What is happening right now?
The knee up.
His weight in there.
Now I'm gonna give Kyrie one. The earth may be partially flat because I've been driving every day. I ain't ran off the corner of the earth yet. You know what I'm saying? So,
Coach, I rode a plane, Coach. I rode a plane. I looked up real high. It ain't flat.
Right.
Kyrie was talking about. Remember what Kyrie was talking about? Shooting up rockets with cameras to make sure.
Man, hey, I'm gonna tell you. And this goes to show you, Val. This goes to one of your questions, Val. When you were talking to me about money, the owners, and NBA a while back. This just go to show you it doesn't matter what industry, and these guys can talk crazy. So, Dimitri, in your industry, as you mentioned, you know, unlike we got the Tyler Perrys of the world, right, who own it, but that's that one black owner, and obviously everyone can't run to him for opportunities, even though he gives black actors and actresses as many opportunities as he can. So now in the record industry, you know, you don't have, you know, the Rick Rubins of the world, you know, Dr. Dre's, and even though some of these guys, they may try to go independent, you know, like Young Dolph before he was killed, and also like Nipsey Hussle before he was killed, trying to go independent. At the end of the day, the label still owns that by a Jew who's pushing out those records in Sony, Universal, whatever, unless they got the money. And now you look at Kyrie in the NBA, we have no black owners in the freaking NBA except for Michael Jordan. So outside of Jordan, that's it.
I mean, there's a case for it. I mean, I don't know why people aren't getting into the NBA. I hope
it's very tough.
Begin to look into that franchise. But I mean,
Jay-Z just stepped out.
To see that, with the Washington Commanders.
Jay-Z used to be a part owner to the Brooklyn Nets. In fact, he was principal of getting them over there because they were over in Jersey. But let me wrap this up. The one thing that I will say is that you cannot say anti-Semitic things, especially if 136 million. I think he's in his Kyrie's in his last year with his contract with the Nets. And by
the way, Val, there's no owner that said they're going to re-sign it. Stephen A. did a call. No owner. So think about you in your last contract. You're still young, and there out of 32 owners, no one said that they're going to go out and grab him. So basically, his next contract is going to possibly be overseas, or he'll be out of the league.
Or he'll be commentating on Fox Sports.
Right.
Right. He'll be on Fox Sports doing basketball games.
But what we really what we really would like to say, because one of the reasons why we had Demetrius here is that you were in the first Black Panther. Congratulations, but we're excited that Wakanda Forever Black Panther is hitting theaters Friday. So we're excited to see it. Are you excited to see it, Demetrius?
Yeah, I am excited to see I am excited to see it because I will see some of my homegirls and homeboys in that film. My agent did send me auditions to be a part of that film, but like I said, the parenting comes first, so I had to step back. But whenever they decide to roll out a third one, I'm going full force with it. I'll be ready.
I hope there will be a third one because Val, the talk is that there will be the first one was up for Best Picture, that there may be even more nominations coming from this movie as well as being a financial sensation.
Hey,
So,
Dimitri, I'm hoping you I'm hoping you talk to the right people, Dimitri, and drop this soundtrack. That's what Val. Hey, you may be at the crib, but you can still play that music. Play that funky music, black boy.
I know. Let us know in the chat, like Kevin. Kevin just let us know that he got his tickets for Thursday and want to be an extra in the third one. So that's great.
I gotta get tickets.
But if you guys are planning to see Black Panther this weekend or soon, let us know because we'll definitely
yes.
Let us know. But Demetrius, thank you so very much for joining us on tonight. Thank you. And congratulations to you being a new father. Woo! If people wanted to find out more about you, where would they go?
All of my social media handles that's my name, Demetrius Jarman. So DEMETRIUS, last name JARMON on all social media sites. And then you can find my music, Farrah the Prince, on all the major download websites as well. That includes Tidal, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, wherever the major music downloads can be found at. Farrah the Prince Mindset. That's the first.
FARRARDA Prince.
That's right.
Okay, that's what's up. And definitely, we will have to have you back when you are doing, because in ATL, as you call it, ATL Wood. So I know that there are going to be some great things that'll be coming in your direction, Demetrius. We'll welcome you back at any time, and we want to thank the uncle Coach Tony for inviting your nephew Demetrius here. So thank you so much, Kevin. I like where you can find him. Farrah the Prince Mindset. Thank you so much, Mr. Spring. I appreciate you.
And don't forget, everybody that's listening tonight, because I know we got the crowd up. And thank you guys. Cousin Rich, appreciate you. Jay Michael, appreciate you, Rich. Hit the subscribe button, because this show is like a brother at a gas station smoking a cigarette. Boom, boom. We're about to blow.
And then subscribe.
Right. We want to set records like Justin Fields did. Yeah.
There you go.
All right, Mr. Demetrius, and also Coach, what is your words?
Hey, I appreciate y'all for coming out. Thank you for stopping by. But you know my words. And
he's out. He's out. There you go. Good night. There you go. Oh my goodness. Woo! It's exciting. Woo! All right, Mr. Wamble. What are we going to be talking about on tomorrow?
You know what? I'm going to talk about, because it's going to be on subject. I'm going to talk about Ryan Coogler tomorrow. That's what I feel like. I feel like, this is somebody that if you don't know that much about him, you should learn a bit more. Really interesting person. Done wonderful things. Started out in independent film, before he got his break, and he's been making it ever since. So it's just one of those examples that you keep grinding, you start out, you put in the work, something can come from it. And I just want to remind people to check out him and his catalog. So we'll talk a little bit about that. And coming up, yes.
Okay, so that is Ryan and the audio. We will still be we'll do the last part of, I'd like to call it our part 2 of Son of a Preacher Man. We're talking to Alvin Malcolm Daniels, playwright based here in Chicago, a professor, a unicorn.
Unicorn. Yeah, unicorn for sure.
And we that will definitely be released on a little bit later on tomorrow. Actually, it'll be released tonight. Actually, we'll go ahead and release it tonight, but it'll be part 2 of Son of a Preacher Man. So that is what is going on with that. Well, then let me do my closing spiel. Did you get your tickets for Black Panther yet?
Not yet. Nope.
Oh man, you need to get it. I
All
don't
right,
even know
we'll
what
talk
you
about that later. We talk about that later. Go on.
Interludes is streaming. Oh, wait a minute. Let's do this. Let's tell everybody on tomorrow. Check out #Wamble Wednesdays. Tomorrow at 7 Central, 8 p.m. Central. And Interludes is streaming. Interludes Extra Talk on Tuesdays is streaming every Tuesday on this platform. And we're currently celebrating 100 episodes of our audio podcast. We're over that a little bit. Catch us here on our YouTube channel, our Interludes Facebook group. Interludes is also on LinkedIn under Pure Lighthouse Media, and then also we are on Pod TV, the Roku channel. Never miss an episode. And we are concluding our talk on Tuesdays. Anything else you got for me, Mr. Wamble? Is that it?
It's all good. It's a
Oh my
great show.
goodness.
Yeah, I feel
Oh
good.
my
All right.
goodness. Oh my goodness. Thank you so very much, guys. And thank you so much for putting that in. If you want to become a future sponsor, go ahead and visit our website. And we are out of here. We're out of here, right?
Yes.
Peace.